Uh, Greetings. We're not at the homestead today. We're at the Wesleyan Medical Center Ioneer Institute. I'm getting a study done on my CI. I took a break, went down, got my battery for recharge my phone, and on the way out, I asked about this picture that they're generating with these pulses in my ear, and he explained it to me, the two of them, and the cochlear implant has several electrodes that go down and stimulate the cochlear nerves. There are several of them. And what they're doing is sending an impulse to one at a time right now. And they, when the nerve sends an impulse to the brain, in other words, when you hear, that's an electrical impulse that is sent to the brain. So they're recording that they can use the other electrodes that are in my cochlear implant to detect that pulse, that electric current that goes from the nerve to the brain. And that's the way they're creating a picture, as it were. She said it's a figure of speech. It's not really a picture, but I'm sure that when you put all the data together, it will be a picture of some sort. A picture being something that illustrates a thought and illustrates a function. And so they're drawing a picture of my hearing, per se. I find that very interesting. I asked him, I said, now, when you did the volume test, that wasn't volume really, that wasn't the loudness of what I was hearing. It seemed more like it was distortion. And he had a very good explanation of that. At low volume, only one neuron, one nerve, is being stimulated because it's low current. And I hear a very clear sound because only one neuron, if each neuron gives a certain information. But as they increase the voltage or amperage or the amount of power going into the going down through the cochlear implant and into the nerve cluster of my cochlear nerve, as they increase the power, more of the nerves around that one are affected. And so a haze or a blurriness is formed around that clear sound. And that's where I got that distortion. And this whole thing is very interesting. It kind of explains to me how I can work on a table saw, chainsaw, planer, very loud equipment without hearing protection because the CI just sends a certain level of energy to the nerve saying this is the sound that is being made, and the CI has programs in it that don't allow it to go above a certain level. And I hear the planer, but I don't hear the loudness of it. I just hear the sound of it. And the same with the saw, table saw, chainsaw, router, whatever. Um when something is first turned on, I get the perception of loudness, very loud. But the CI very quickly, within less than seconds, it changes somehow so that it only tells me there is a noise, this is what it sounds like, but it doesn't give me the loudness of it, if you can understand. It doesn't give me the that amount of voltage. They just changed the beeps in my ear. They're no longer crisp beeps, but now they're short buzzes. All part of drawing the picture that they're drawing. Yeah, I'm getting a 1 per second short buzz, all at the same frequency, all at the same pitch, all at the same loudness or volume. And I imagine it's going from one uh, electrode to another, or somehow it's varying each one of these pulses, and they record what my nerves do between what my neurological system does between the cochlear nerve and my brain. They record the electric impulses between the nerve and the brain, and that's how they're drawing their picture. By doing this, they can put a CI on somebody that is prelingual, somebody that's too young to speak, and they put a CI on them, and from doing this study on my CI, they can extrapolate how it's reacting on that youngster's CI and what they're hearing. It's interesting. It's sitting here in this sterile environment with everything so clean, and we all got to wear masks, and they're dealing with high-end research here, high-end testing, quite different from sticking up boards and cutting stickers. But it's all part of how I hear. Without it, I don't hear anything. That's really brought home today with spending some amount of time today with no CI, no hearing aid, just completely deaf, actually. And when they come in and want to say something, they bring in a whiteboard with something written on it. Do you want to take a break, or are you doing okay, or whatever they want to ask me. And no sign language at all used here, very little. And just writing note messages out on a whiteboard, which is necessary because without my CI, I can't detect human speech is there, let alone understand it. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I do. If you do, hit the like button. Maybe share this with somebody that also has a CI, a cochlear implant, or somebody that's hard of hearing. Maybe they'd be interested in it. All right, I'll let you go. You got other videos you got to watch. God bless.